All right. So first, just a quick introduction about yourself, what you do.
Joey Schlaffer. I'm a senior at Exeter High School. Play football. Used to play basketball. Going on to Penn State to play football. That's all I got, I guess, for introduction.
Okay. First question, really. So how has it been with the change in quarterback this season, going from Payne to Rotelli?
I think, it was the same kind of thing last year because Gavin McCusker it was his senior year, my sophomore year. So I've kind of had to replace the quarterback each year, which can be, that can be a challenge, but I don't think that it's been a step down any year from each one. I think Mason's doing a great job for us, and I don't see anything changing with that. So no drop off. I mean, we're just, rolling just like we have been.
What do you think has driven the team's success as a whole, and how far are you guys aiming since you guys are on such a good pace and this year? So
I think what's driven the team's success, number one, it starts at the top. So I think Coach Bauer sets a great standard for us each and every day of practice, number one. And just obviously the coaches surrounding him that, affect us each individually with position groups and all that kind of stuff. And I think just the overall mindset week in, week out, keeping your head down and just, pushing forward for the next W.
Yeah, all right. So you and Nick Singleton are both going to Penn State, and how does it feel to be playing next year with a township rival from last year?
Yeah, it's an interesting feeling.
Yeah.
We ended their season last year, his senior year, so it definitely was a fun moment for me, but I probably wouldn't say the same for him.
Yeah.
But I think, no, it's a really cool thing, and Javen Williams also is from Lymus, and he's going to be going up there as well. So I think, it's a really cool, it's a special thing when you have, a bunch of kids that, grew up together in the same community, achieving their goals and ending up at the same spot together. I think it's really special, and I can't wait to be up there with them.
Yeah. All right. How is it managing being a student athlete, and what advice would you have for other student athletes out there?
Well, as the coaches like to say, student comes first. Yeah, I think it's very important. It's not easy. It's not for everyone because, like our coach Power likes to tell us, if it was easy, everyone would do it. It's certainly not something that not everyone can just dedicate that much time to each thing and be able to sustain that for long periods of time. So I think there's definitely something to be said for all student athletes, regardless of the sport, and how much of a challenge that is to balance.
What kind of bond and relationship do you have with your teammates?
Well, we're fortunate that a lot of the guys that are out there this year have been around our locker room for, I think, good 2-3 years together now. So I think, we have a great bond just because we spend so much time together throughout the summer. We struggle together at 5 a.m. putting the pads on in the summer, 3 days. It's like you just build that unity from going through it together. So, and like I said, we have a lot of guys who have, played a while together and, have been with each other for a long time. So I think those two things together kind of makes it a really tight-knit unit.
Yeah. What people in your life have driven you to be so successful over the years?
I'd say first and foremost my parents, because in any aspect of of endeavor, like your parents are going to be the people who are going to be your first role models, and the people who you kind of learn the way of life from, I guess. And then past that, I'd say my brother, because he's, like I said, taken a similar path as I have, and he's done everything that I hope to, and eventually hopefully will achieve. So I think he's shown me the way from that aspect that my parents couldn't. But besides that, I think Coach Bauer as well has been a great role model. Just like I said, making sure the standards set and not leaving anything left open, like achieving everything that you're capable of achieving. I think that's his job as the head coach, and for each individual player as well. So I think he does a great job of that. And yeah, I'd say Coach Bauer is a great role model.
Okay. One final question. What kind of mindset and motivation do you have in life or in football when you hit like the toughest moments in it? So
I kind of think that You know, like I just said, like, you know, if it was easy, everyone would do it. Like, you gotta understand that you're holding yourself to a higher standard, but you're also achieving things that a lot of people, you know, couldn't do. It's like you have to understand that, you know, what you want to achieve is not going to be, you know, done easily and takes a lot of effort and hard work. So if you're able to understand that the end goal is going to be worth it in the end, it just, you know, it helps you keep pushing through.
Yeah. Right. That's it.
That's good. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.